Are you guys ready to have a great show today? Come on now, we ready to have a great show today. We got wine, we're dressed up, we're ready to rock and roll.
At the Amber Room Colonnade.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rochelle Barrow.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. How are we doing? I would like to welcome you all to the first taping of Inquirer Rachel, my new talk show. Okay? I would like to thank those that have come from near, those that have come from far, and I appreciate you all spending the evening with us. We have exciting things happening today. It's like a variety of different things, okay? My first guest is Dr. Neda Khaghan, a gastroenterologist working at Greenwich Hospital. She's been in practice for over 20 years and has studied through Mount Sinai, through the Icahn School of Medicine, and she's here to speak to us a little bit about cancers today. I would like to welcome Dr. Neda Khaghan to the stage. Dr. Khaghan, I thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having
me. I just wanted to know, why did you choose the field of gastroenterology?
Well, interestingly enough, as I was kind of a teenage girl in Iran, believe it or not, I always wanted to help people. I always felt like I liked to listen to people and help kind of them along in issues and troubles that they had. As I went through my education and ended up going to Mount Sinai Hospital, where I did most of my training. Mount Sinai is a really big mecca in the GI world. And I found myself really falling in love with doing procedures and GI in the sense that it can really help people and cure a lot of diseases. And
that sounds like a great start. And it got you here today, 20 years later. So that is absolutely perfect and absolutely beautiful. Now, in your profession, I know that you see a multitude of different things. But in terms of cancers, what are some of the cancers that you see when you practice, in your practice?
In the world of gastroenterology, most common kind of cancer that we find and treat is colon cancer.
Okay.
Colorectal cancer. We also do pancreatic and find pancreatic cancers, liver, esophageal. So really a multitude
of different things?
Of different things.
I know that there's a lot of, colon cancer, but some people might ask, what is the difference, say, I'm just going to throw it out there, between, say, colon cancer and rectal cancer? What is the difference in that?
So the biggest difference is really location. Rectal cancer is tumors of the rectum, which is really, about 7 or 10 centimeters within the colon, and then colon cancer is generally tumors in the rest of the colon. The treatments are a little bit different.
Okay.
But essentially, it's really location as to.
Location is key. Right. And then in terms of treatment, since the treatments are a bit different, what kind of treatments? What would be the treatment for someone that is diagnosed with one of these cancers?
So you really hope to find these things very early, and that's why the detection, with colonoscopies and preventive care is so important. But basically, if you're finding something, hopefully that's early, then it's really just a removal of the tumor. If not, then we have treatments with chemotherapy and radiation and surgical excisions. So, and now they're doing there's a lot of immunotherapy.
Okay.
Which has kind of been the latest, in the development of treatment of colorectal cancer, which has been very successful also.
Then I know that treatments and all of that, but what would be the best way for people to kind of know that they're at risk for getting a cancer or anything like that in the colon or the rectum?
So, 95% of people that actually get colorectal cancer, there's no family history.
Okay.
The best thing is preventative care. It's probably, colonoscopies are probably the best preventative care out there. And so screening colonoscopies, and as a matter of fact, just recently, the American Cancer Society changed the screening from the age of 50 to 45 because it is such a powerful tool. So if I have one message to get out there to everybody is get your colonoscopies, get them early. It's really not a big deal, as Michelle can tell you.
It's not as scary as you think that it would be. A lot of people would come in and they are very nervous about the anesthesia and stuff associated with getting colonoscopies, but it's not. It's a good tool to do. It's a good thing to do to screen yourself, so that way you know, this is what I may or may not be at risk for.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Do you have anything else to share with us that would be helpful to anyone that is going for a colonoscopy or that is going through a cancer treatment or anything of that nature?
Yeah, probably the most important thing is to listen to your bodies. Know if there's any kind of changes in your body and kind of be aware of what's going on. And then again, to really do your screening, preventative cares, get your physicals, your blood work, and those kind of things. And if there's ever any changes or issues like that, to make sure that you bring it to someone's attention.
Perfect. Well, this is Dr. Neda Khaghan sharing with us the importance of screening for cancers, having colonoscopies, and please note that the age 45 is the new age that you're supposed to get your first colonoscopy. It's not 50 anymore, it was changed.
Right,
okay?
regardless of family history or any problems like that. So.
All right, well, thank you, Dr. Khaghan, for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
Our first act this evening taps into her exercise and spiritual freedom through song. Her aim is to express only messages of processed truth in hopes of making music feel real and relatable. This is because she believes music has the capacity to heal when used intentionally. Please welcome this one-woman musical experience, Geminelle, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't get enough of your sweet loving. See, 'cause every time you come around, my soul aligns, my chakras open. I'm from head to toe above the ground, and I let down my guard and I sink into you. Emotions high, and I open my eye and I tap into you till I'm satisfied. You got me feeling crazy, like I didn't know this had a life. You got me feeling crazy. I'm floating on a natural high, and I honestly never knew what a love like yours could make me do. All this magic flowing out of me is enough for me to take your name. And I find myself grateful, really and truly thankful, 'cause I see how you be holding me down. And I won't hesitate to give you all that you came for, 'cause I always wanna keep you around. You got me feeling crazy, like I didn't know this had a life. You got me feeling crazy. I'm floating on a natural high. You make me feel like I'm crazy, like I didn't know this side of life. You got me feeling crazy. I'm floating on a natural high. I can't get enough, get enough, get enough. I can't get enough, get enough, get enough. No, no. So I find myself grateful, extremely thankful for you. You got me feeling crazy. I'm floating on a natural high. You make me feel like I'm crazy, yeah. You got me feeling crazy. I'm floating on a natural high. I can't get enough, get enough, get enough. I can't get enough, get enough, get enough.
Thank you, thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Geminelle. And like my introduction says, I've just been working on expressing processed thoughts and processed emotions so we could bring the reality back to music. Anybody feel like music's lost its reality a little bit? People singing about things that they don't really mean, they don't really live, you know? So I've just been taking time to process things and express my truth through music. And this next song is a song that came through some of those processed thoughts.
It's a circular thing. I'm deep off in space like a circular being. And life's a cyclical thing. Seasons sometimes return like certain flowers in spring. Yeah. And it's gonna keep on changing. Just when you think you're comfortable, it changes a swing. But I'ma keep on winning, 'cause I got all the faith and all the patience. I'm gonna make it. So watch me glow. I beam brighter every time I grow. Tastes like fire when I spit this flow. I'm just saying, baby, watch me glow. Watch me glow. And I keep waiting for the opportunity to be all the greatest manifestations of me. And I don't know why I didn't think that I could seize it, but now that I know, I'm claiming anything, believe it. Cause I'm tired of wasting time being anything less than my greatest design. So best believe you're gonna watch me. I've been brighter every time and it tastes like fire when I spit this flow. I'm just saying, baby. I'm just saying, baby, watch me glow. I've been brighter every time and it tastes like fire when I spit this flow. I'm just saying, baby. See, I fly amongst the stars more than anything. Sometimes I feel I'm more of a celestial being. Cause ever since young, they used to holler at me. But I never really listened, so my higher self is pissed at me. So I'm just making up for all that's been missed. All of the fear and all the doubt and how it kept me. And right now I am lit, and man, I'm juiced about it. But we gon' see how this play out in just a little bit. I've been brighter every time and it tastes like fire when I spit this flow. I'm just saying, baby. I'm just saying, baby, watch me glow. Woo! Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Geminelle. One more time for Geminelle. That was something else. She sang and produced her own song live. That's insanity. Please, one last time for Geminelle, ladies and gents. Wasn't she great? And with that, we're coming back out of commercial break. Keep that energy going. Keep your hands going for our host, Miss Rochelle Barrow, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to take a moment because I know everyone can see that I'm nervous. Right? Is that right? Because I know I can feel that I'm nervous. They're lying to me. What do you guys think? Right? I look a little nervous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adopt all of you. You're my family. I'm going to act like you guys are my family at this point in time. So if I make a mistake, I'm just going to turn around and smile at you, and we're going to do it again. So that way, I'm a lot looser. We can have a conversation, and I'm not doing this. Okay? Sounds good? Okay. So our next interviewee is Mr. Joe Simmons from the Dorothy Day Hospitality House, a local shelter here in Danbury, who's going to tell us a little bit about what the Dorothy Day House does and how it contributes to the community, okay? So I would like to call Mr. Joe Simmons up to the stage. Thank you so much, Mr. Simmons, for being with us today.
My pleasure.
How are you feeling?
Great.
All right. So the Dorothy Day Hospitality House, for those of us that don't know, what is it?
Sure. We are a homeless shelter, and we also operate a soup kitchen, and we do this entirely with volunteers. And we've been in business and doing our mission since 1982.
Wow. That's a very long time. That was before I was born. All right. So the Dorothy Day Hospitality House has a pretty long name. Where'd that name come from?
Okay. We took our name from a woman by the name of Dorothy Day, who established houses of hospitality across the United States, really during the Great Depression.
Okay.
And some of them are still in existence, and some of our early volunteers who started our work actually worked with her. And so took her as our inspiration, and that's why the hospitality house is named after Dorothy Day.
That's great. I like the fact that it has been around since 1982. Now, I know you mentioned a few of the services that you guys provide before, but I know the shelter is like an overnight also. What are some of the other services that the shelter provides?
Well, the shelter basically provides a warm place to stay for adults. We have 16 beds. They can get a shower there and a comfortable place to spend the night. And during that time, we also take care of washing people's clothes so that when they get up in the morning, they have some nice, clean, dry clothes to wear. When they leave in the morning, they can go over to our kitchen for breakfast. We have breakfast, which is run by Catholic Charities there every morning, and we serve an afternoon meal, usually to 60 or 80 people in the afternoon, from 3:15 to 4:45.
Are most of those, do you get a lot of donations from the community or different churches?
It's wonderful, the outpouring of donations. They're from a variety of places, a lot of individuals, but also a lot of community organizations, service organizations in the community, corporations. It comes from a variety of sources, so it's very gratifying.
And I know that you said that it's a volunteer-run facility. If I wanted to volunteer, what would that process be like?
Okay. Really, we need volunteers for both, primarily our overnight volunteers for our shelter. And the other area that we need volunteers for in a big way is during the winter months, which are just starting up. We have a program we call Shelter from the Cold from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We host that at a local church, the St. James AME Church on William Street in Danbury. And we need volunteers, particularly on Friday nights there.
On Friday nights?
6 to 9 p.m.
Okay. Any age range, or can anyone, I know probably...
Generally, to be an overnight shelter volunteer or to be a volunteer at the Shelter from the Cold program, you should be 21.
21? Okay.
But in the afternoons, sometimes with preparing meals, we have teenagers.
Okay, all right. And the Dorothy Day House being a shelter, I know that there are probably some misconceptions about what happens, what goes on, what kind of, how it's run and such. Can you clear up any of those misconceptions and just let us know what those misconceptions or what you have encountered?
Probably the biggest misconception that people have are that there are no rules there and no consequences for bad behavior, but that is clearly not the case. We want to encourage, we have a very strict policy on no one admitted under the influence of alcohol or drugs. And that's really for two reasons. Number one is because everybody is there to get a good night's sleep. And if we have people being disruptive, then that is not going to help that. The second is that we're trying to encourage people to get their act together, their personal lives together, and really, if you've got a issue with, ongoing issues with substance abuse, that's going to stand in the way of getting yourself established and on your feet. So, we are very strict on alcohol and drugs, and we're also very strict on no tolerance of bad behavior.
Okay. Now, the people that sleep over, the 16 beds that you have, is it a first come, first served basis? Or is there like a list or something that has to be followed in order for them to get beds for the night?
Generally, we give priority to people who are newly homeless, okay? And we pretty much tell people that they can stay with us up to 30 days. And then after that, it's generally on a space available basis. So this really gives people an incentive to find housing and get themselves established and out of the shelter. We do not want people living there all year round. As strange as that might sound, that someone would want to stay in a shelter year round.
It's a safe, comfortable, warm place, though.
Yes, yeah. Being homeless, unfortunately, is like being in quicksand, and it's kind of hard to get out of. But we encourage people. We refer them to other social service agencies to help them get on their feet. And we also established our own agency called Off the Streets, which helps people get into permanent housing as well.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like us to know about the Dorothy Day House? Any way that we as a community can help?
Well, as I said, we've got various volunteer needs that we're looking for. We also have some donation needs, and we have a website, www.dorothyday.danbury.org, and on there has got an up-to-date list of what our needs are, both for people volunteering and also for things that we would like as well.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, that is the information we have today on the Dorothy Day House, and we would like to thank Mr. Joe Simmons for being with us today.
Thank you very much, Rachel, and good luck with the mission.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And with that, we'd like to welcome our last act before the intermission, a Haitian American from Brooklyn, New York, Mr. Nathan Matthew, a.k.a. Paperboy.
Paperboy, yeah.
D-Mark got that heat.
Got his money on my mind. Got his money on my mind. Got his money on my mind. Like I'm skating on my grind. Haitian baby, one of a kind. Got his money on my mind. Like I'm skating on my grind. Haitian baby, one of a kind. Haitian baby, one of a kind. Different city, private flights. I'ma get my pockets right. Yeah, I feel it, it's my night. Yeah, I feel it, it's my night. My many men, those all my friends back then. Working 9 times out of 10. Now I'm counting paper again. Switching, I'm on alert. Paperboy, look at my shirt. Pull up ballin' like a dirt. 4 Giottos on my skirt. Little 50s and the blues. Double it up by the twos. Going all in, can't lose. Thinking about paper, I can't snooze. All white forces in my shoes. Like I'm cruise. Do my step, do my step, do my step, yeah. Money on my mind, like I'm skating on my grind. Haitian baby, one of a kind. Haitian baby, one of a kind. Different city, private flights. I'ma get my pockets right. Yeah, I feel it, it's my night.
D-Mark got that heat.
Got this money on my mind, like I'm skating on my grind. Haitian baby, one of a kind. Haitian baby, one of a kind. Different city, private flights. I'ma get my pockets right. Yeah, I feel it, it's my night. Yeah, I feel it, it's my night. My many men, those all my friends back then. Working 9 times out of 10. Now I'm counting paper again. Count this paper, yeah.
D-Mark got that heat.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Why they hating on me? Yeah, why they hating on me? Why they hating on me? Why they hating on me? Yeah. Hating and watching, I see when I fall. Trying to make millions, I give them my all. Stab me some hundreds, I blowing them all. I know what they hating, they seeing me ball. Stuck in my back and I'm climbing them calls. Stuck in my back and I'm reclining them calls. Make sure that I eat. Got me a badge or bottom of feet. Run it back up, I'm stuck in repeat. Only the real is VIP, the Gucci and Louis, that's on me. Haitian baby, you know what I be. Make l'argent, pas on me. Make l'argent, pas on me. Why they hating on me? Why they hating on me? Yeah, why they hating on me? Why they hating on me? Paperboy. Hating and watching, I see when I fall. Trying to make millions, I give them my all. Stab me some hundreds, I blowing them all. I know what they hating, they seeing me ball. I'm declining them calls, stuck in my bag, I'm declining them calls. I'm declining them calls. Watching, swinging off fall. Trying to make millions, I give them my all. Stab me some hundreds, I blowing them all. Saying, seeing me ball, stuck in my bag, and I'm declining them calls. Stuck in my bag, I'm declining them calls. Paperboy, in the track, yeah. Thank you.
More time for Paperboy, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and with that, we're going to take a quick 10-minute intermission. If anybody needs to use the restroom, grab some water or something like that. We'll be back in 10 minutes with the second half of our show.